Hello students, today we discuss the continuation of breathing and exchange of gases and all. Already last class we said related to these alveoli, basement membrane and one among the epithelium, that is endothelium. This particular thickness of the membranes, the exchange of gases, it must take place and all. In this thickness of alveoli membrane, basement, endothelium of capillary membrane, all these three, the thickness is present less than 1 millimeter thickness and all. Then, why? Because the exchanging of gases takes place between, it begins from alveoli, then blood to tissues only. Then, continuation in this, how the gases are transported, that means transport of gases. Gases in that sense, like carbon dioxide as well as oxygen and all. This, suppose oxygen is there. So, maximum percentage of oxygen transport through the help of hemoglobin. That means oxygen associated with hemoglobin. That means one hemoglobin, it binds, why? Because here iron atom is present, it binds 4 oxygen molecules and all. That is most important. So, one hemoglobin in the iron molecule, it binds 4 oxygen molecules and all. Then it is associated with hemoglobin, that's why it is called as oxyhemoglobin. So, 97% oxygen transport through oxyhemoglobin. Whereas rest of 3% dissolving state towards the plasma and all. What about carbon dioxide? Maximum carbon dioxide transported in the form of bicarbonate. That means 70% of carbon dioxide transported in the form of bicarbonate. Then 20 to 25% by the combining of hemoglobin, carbaminohemoglobin. Rest of 7% dissolving state to plasma and all. Then one by one we discuss now. That is transport of oxygen. In this transport of oxygen, just now I said 97% oxyhemoglobin. Then oxygen, it is combined with hemoglobin, then it forms oxyhemoglobin. Through this one, 97% it must be associated with 97% of oxygen transport. Why? Because each and every hemoglobin, heme iron molecule is there. In this iron molecule, 4 oxygen molecules are combined, each and every iron molecule and all. That is 97%. Rest of 3% through plasma. So 3% of oxygen transported through plasma and all. In this, so association of oxygen, what are the factors act as an important role association of oxyhemoglobin and all? Factors in that sense, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, as well as H plus ions, temperature and pH value. These are the factors influence regarding related to association as well as dissociation. So these particular factors are influence whether it is associate or whether it is dissociated or not. So based on these particular factors, it influences the association or dissociation and all. These are the factors influence on the oxyhemoglobin and all. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide as well as H plus ions, temperature, whereas pH along with the partial pressure of oxygen and all. These factors are, it is very important for oxygen related to that association and all. Here, already last class we discussed in atmosphere what is the partial pressure of oxygen as well as carbon dioxide. in this related to in between alveoli as well as blood and blood to the tissue like this towards this manner. Towards this manner, the oxygen as well as carbon dioxide it transported and all. Based on this particular diagrammatic pictures, it indicates a representative. Then it is also with the help of graphical we understood how oxygen association and all. This is in y-axis the percentage solubility with the hemoglobin. So a combination of these one oxygen and all. Solubility of hemoglobin with oxygen. So when oxygen associate with hemoglobin, it is very simple concept and all. When carbon oxygen combined with hemoglobin, so in alveoli, observe here in alveoli, the partial pressure of oxygen will be very high when you compare to the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So in alveoli, partial pressure of oxygen will be high. That means partial pressure of oxygen will be high. When you compare to the, then partial pressure of carbon dioxide will be low. Then H plus ions will be low. Temperature also low. But pH value will be high. That particular conditions, the oxyhemoglobin, association of oxygen with hemoglobin and all. Here, PCO2 will be low. Up to here, pH value will be the high. That means alkaline nature. Apart from this one, PO2 also high. Where all these things which involves into the alveoli. So in alveoli, partial pressure of oxygen will be high, whereas partial pressure of carbon dioxide, H plus ions, temperature becomes low, whereas pH value also very high and all. Then the maximum association of oxygen with the hemoglobin and all. That's why it associates and transported and all. This is also represent. But in this graphical represent oxygen dissociation curve and all. These are association. When it becomes dissociation, then this dissociation curve it represents or indicates as this one sigmoid curve and all. Oxygen dissociation curve. That is important. The oxygen dissociation curve that represents sigmoid curve and all. Here, when oxygen will be dissociate, oxygen associate in alveoli because of these factors. When oxygen will be dissociate, oxygen dissociate in tissues. Whereas in tissues, this is related to alveoli. Whereas in tissues, the partial pressure of oxygen will be low, partial pressure of carbon dioxide will be high, whereas H plus ion is high. Body temperature also high, then pH value will be the low. That means acidic nature. Here, in tissues, partial pressure of oxygen will be low when you compare to the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Apart from this one, H plus ions, body temperature as well as pH value will be low. But the partial pressure of carbon dioxide, H plus ions, body temperature will be high. Then, related to, it becomes dissociation of oxygen. Dissociation of oxygen, it takes place in tissues. Association of oxygen with hemoglobin, it takes place in alveoli. So, oxyhemoglobin association in alveoli. Dissociation of oxyhemoglobin in tissues because of partial pressure of carbon dioxide, H plus, temperature, all these factors act as a vital role and all. That's why it is dissociation. So, exam point of view, while dissociation, partial pressure of carbon dioxide will be high, H plus ions are high, body temperature will be high. Then, what about pH value? One among the NEET exam also they ask, whenever pH value becomes very low, then what it indicates? pH value becomes low, it becomes acidity, then automatically the oxyhemoglobin, it becomes dissociated. Where it takes place? It takes place into the tissues. Another very important, for every 100 ml of oxygenated blood related to delivering 5 ml of oxygen into the tissues and all. Here related to 100 ml of oxygenated blood. This is 100 for every 100 ml of oxygenated blood. Deliver 5 ml of oxygen into tissues. After entering of the tissues, because of various concentration level of H plus CO2 and all, then it dissociate and liberate to the carbon dioxide. This is then similarly here only right. Similarly 100 for every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood, it deliver 4 ml of CO2 into alveoli for releasing, for exhaling. Related to these two are very important exam point of view. Then that is related to transport of oxygen and all. Then what about transport of carbon dioxide? In a transport of carbon dioxide, normally maximum percentage it transport in the form of dissolved state, that is this bicarbonate. Transport of carbon dioxide. So 70% of carbon dioxide it transport in the form of bicarbonates only, 70%. Then 20 to 25% carbaminohemoglobin. Hemoglobin. That means hemoglobin plus carbon dioxide. It represents carbaminohemoglobin. Rest of 7% dissolved state of the carbon dioxide. That dissolved carbon dioxide through plasma. So, exam point of view, how carbon dioxide transport in our blood in maximum manner. In which form of carbon dioxide transport in our blood maximum manner? In the form of the bicarbonate and all. Here, what are the factors influence of this one? Very simple. Only partial pressure of carbon dioxide, partial pressure of oxygen. It is not influence various things and all. Unlike to oxygen and all. So, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, partial pressure of oxygen act as a important factors. The transportation as well as association carbamino as well as regarding related to dissociation of carbonic acid into the carbon dioxide as well as water, everything and all. So transportation of carbon dioxide or carbaminohemoglobin, it influences partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of carbon dioxide. These two factors only important. Remaining factors may not influence here. Related to carbon dioxide. Here, another very important that in RBC, abundant or maximum amount of one specific enzyme helps for formation of bicarbonates and all. What is the name of that enzyme? Carbonic anhydrase. It is also present little amount in plasma also. That is important. Statement level of questions. Carbonic anhydrase is present only in RBC. But it is absent in plasma. That is wrong statement. What is the right statement? Maximum amount of carbonic anhydrase present in RBC. Similarly, less amount of carbonic anhydrase also present in plasma. Based on this one, the carbon dioxide, water with the help of carbonic anhydrase, which is present in RBC as well as plasma. Then it forms into the carbonic acid. The carbonic acid, again carbonic anhydrase enzyme. It converts into the bicarbonates and all. HCO3 plus H plus ions. So in this state, in this form, 70% of the carbon dioxide transport in our blood and all. It is a reversible reaction. It is dual reaction. Whenever carbon dioxide percentage, carbon dioxide transport, carbon dioxide concentration will be high, again with the help of carbonic anhydrase, the bicarbonate, then again it deliver in the form of carbon dioxide. Whenever high concentration, automatically it releases. Already said, whenever intrapulmonary pressure will be high related to oxygen, related to carbon dioxide, intrapulmonary pressure will be low when compared to the atmosphere, then air will be rushes into. Similarly, intrapulmonary pressure will be high when you compare to the atmosphere, that represented to the exhalation. This is act as an important role. For every 100 ml, 4 ml of carbon dioxide deliver into alveoli because of various concentration and all. Why? Because here more concentration, then it enters into the alveoli. So towards this direction it is moving, then it exhaling because of various concentration levels and all. So up here, remember what is the maximum percentage of carbon dioxide transport in our blood and all. That is bicarbonate. Related to oxygen, oxyhemoglobin. How much ml of oxygen it deliver into the tissues? For every 100 ml of the oxygenated blood, 5 ml of the oxygen it deliver into the tissue. Similarly, carbon dioxide, for every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood, 4 ml of carbon dioxide it deliver into the alveoli and all. Then what is the regulation? So who will be regulated? The respiration and all. Who will be controlled? The rate of respiration. Already we studied about what is the normal rate of respiration. Normal rate of respiration, that is 12 to 16 times per minute in any healthy person. Whereas disease affected or any pressure, such type of persons at the time of exercise and the rate of respiration gradually variations and then regulation. The next one, regulation of respiration. Which part in our metabolic system it must regulate the rate of respiration and all. Normally, neural system regulate the rate of respiration. Neural system. Very simple and direct answer. Who will be control rate of respiration? Then your answer will be the neural system. In the neural system, which part of neural system regulate rate of respiration? The brain. In the neural system, brain regulates the rate of respiration, to control respiration, to associate, dissociate rate of respiration, all these one and all. In this brain, which part of the brain, which specific part of the brain to control rate of respiration? So the primary regulate rhythmic and moderate of the rate of respiration, none other than medulla oblongata. In brain, medulla oblongata act as a chief role, act as a primary important role to control, to regulate rate of respiration. Here it is present respiratory rhythm center. So medulla oblongata consists of respiratory rhythm center. Then it associated with in pons varoli, in brain part, pons varoli, that is a pneumotoxic center. Pneumotoxic center to moderate respiratory rhythm center. It is also helpful, it is also initiate, it is also regulate, it is also control the respiratory rhythm center. Whenever the signals are entering, whenever signals are arises from respiratory rhythm center, that means neural signals arises from respiratory rhythm center, then automatically reduce duration of inspiration. Respiratory rhythm center reduce the duration of inspiration. Whenever it reduces the duration of respiration, automatically it alters the normal rate of respiration, which alters the normal, which set rate, which adjusts the normal rate of respiration and all. Then, apart from this one, the adjacent part of that respiratory rhythm center, chemosensitive area is present. Apart from this one, adjacent of respiratory rhythm center, it is present chemosensitive area. It is also beside respiratory rhythm center. In this chemosensitive area, highly sensitive to carbon dioxide as well as oxygen. It is highly sensitive to carbon dioxide as well as H plus ions. Whenever carbon dioxide as well as H plus ions, then whenever these substances or the concentration becomes increased, immediately it sends signals to the respiratory rhythm center. Then it controls to regulate and to eliminate such type of the substance. That means carbon dioxide, H plus and all. So the chemosensitive area, it absorbs or it recognizes the carbon dioxide as well as H plus ions. Whenever these substances concentration will be high, immediately it sends signals to the respiratory rhythm center. Then respiratory rhythm center to eliminate extra substances, to eliminate extra concentration of this one. In the form of carbon dioxide, it eliminates. In the form of H plus, already is spoken about that HCO3 as well as H plus. It is also carbonic anhydrase. Once again, it must be eliminated. Why? Because whenever the concentration will be high, the signals are sending to the respiratory rhythm center which are present middle of elongator. Then it delivers, it exhales such type of recording related to high concentration respectable of that particular substances. And apart from this one, the receptors associated with the aortic arc, receptors associated with the aortic arc as well as carotid artery. So normally this carotid artery, all these one, it sends or it supplies blood to the brain and all. That's why it is act as an important role. So receptors which associated the aortic arc as well as carotid artery, which are supplied to the blood to the brain and all, it is also recognized. It is to recognize carbon dioxide as well as H plus and all. It recognizes CO2, H plus and all. Whenever this concentration will be high, it is also automatically alternate to appropriate signals sent to the respiratory rhythm center. So you remember carefully, chemosensitive area where along with the respiratory rhythm center, apart from receptors along with the aortic arc as well as the carotid artery, get together, act as a vital role to rhythmic, to normal rate of respiration and all. Whenever high, automatically eliminated. So like that it will be takes place and all. But very, very important, there is no role takes place oxygen regarding, there is no specific role then regarding related to that rhythmic center which is sent to the signals and all. So insignificance role of oxygen in this particular regulation of the respiration and all. So that is most important. So insignificance role. So oxygen is insignificance role of respiration. That means the regulation of the respiration and all. Only carbon dioxide concentration H plus. based on carbon dioxide H plus only, that is rate of respiration, it must be controlled. There is no specific insignificance role, specific role of oxygen. So statement level of questions, that is most important and all. So remember carefully and all. Then apart from this one, what I understood very simple here, regulation of respiration, remember pons varioly, medulla oblongata. In that respiratory rhythm center act as a key role. Apart from this one, aortic arc as well as that carotid artery. In that carbon dioxide H plus ions act as a chief role. Remaining oxygen may not act as any important role for regulation of respiration at all. Then what are the disorders? Disorders of respiration. What are the disorders? Very, very important. Many times they asked in, even though in last year also they asked such type of the questions and apart from tidal, different types of volumes of the aids and in these disorders, very simple, that is asthma as well as emphysema and the occupational respiratory diseases. Occupational respiratory, only three are there. In asthma, it is very difficult to take the breathing and all. So here, difficulty to take the breathing. It takes place wheezing. Wheezing. Why? Because whenever inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles, it is most important because of inflammation. Many times they ask inflammation of the lungs, inflammation of alveoli, inflammation of trachea. No, inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. Even though it looks like simple, but many times they ask random. Inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. Inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. That is important. Why it is inflamed bronchi, bronchioles? Whenever allergic reaction, either pollen grains, either any dust allergy, whenever allergen, due to allergens enter through respiratory tract, then bronchi, bronchioles are inflamed. Whenever inflamed, then while respiration, it becomes a little bit sound, snoring sound it comes under. While inhalation, exhalation, little bit sound it comes. Whenever allergens enters in our body and all, then inflammation, then it is difficult to take the breathing and all. So many times they ask, remember carefully. Then emphysema, chronic respiratory disease. It is, many times they ask, which one represent chronic respiratory disease and all. That is, they give options. You write emphysema. Why it is a chronic and all? It becomes a reduced surface area. When it must be reduced surface area of the lungs. Why it must reduce surface area of the lungs? Whenever damaging of alveoli membrane. Because of damage alveoli membrane. Whenever damaging of alveoli membrane, then reduce surface area of the lungs. Why it must be damaged alveolar surface and all? The person who smoked the cigarette, very important cause, because of cigarette smoking. Very important. The person who smoked the cigarette, the person suffering from emphysema, chronic respiratory disorder, then automatically it may lead to the very pathogenic, very harmful effect and all. Then occupational respiratory diseases, disorders and all. The person who exposed to the crushing of stone, grinding of stone, such type of industrial areas and all. So grinding. So grinding of stones, such type of the area, whomever working, whomever exposed continuously maximum period of time, such type of the dust particles enter into the respiratory tract and all, then it may lead to the related to fibrosis and all. That means automatically whatever the tissues which are present respiratory tract, it may not be functioning in a proper manner. Fibrosis. Fibrosis may lead to the damaging of the lungs and all. That means indirectly it affected our immune system, may not be functioning in a proper role of immune system and all. Many times, one or two times they ask what is the example of occupationally respiratory disease and all. Example, that is important. Silicosis. Silicosis, whomever working in crushing stones or grinding stones and all, that's why compulsory the person must wear appropriate mask. Nowadays also, all people they are wearing mask because of to avoid COVID-19 and all. But originally, the person who must be working in that area, automatically it must be controlled and all. So these are common. Apart from this one, tuberculosis also is there, severe acute respiratory syndromes also is there, like that many others are there. But last 10 years if you observe, in this particular area only breathing and exchanging of gases is enough and all. In that you remember different types of the volumes, air volumes, tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, as well as expiratory one related to incapacities and all. Inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity, residual, even though if you take forcible expiration, while lungs may not be damaged because of residual air and all. If your tidal volume is 500, expiratory reserve volume will be the 1000 and all. Even residual volume becomes into the 1200. What is the total expiratory capacity and all? Then you write TB plus ERV, total 1500 and all. So like that, remember, apart from this one, partial pressure of oxygen in tissues, partial pressure of carbon dioxide in oxygenated blood, deoxygenated blood. In the tabular column, what are the factors, which one regulate? So you remember carefully one and another. Okay, remaining we discuss in next class.